Hello and welcome to another edition of BuzzFeed Unsolved Postmortem, a show where we answer your most pressing questions about the most recent episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved, which was the Keddie Cabin murders. All the questions we're answering today came from you guys via our BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page and our BuzzFeed Unsolved Instagram page, which you could see right there. You're just gonna do a quick animation.
There's nothing.
No animation in the beginning.
Nothing right now. We have to save our budget for the end.
Fair enough. Should we get into it?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. Here's from Facebook. From Shauna? Or is that Sienna?
I think it may be Sienna.
Well, Ms. Lowe, here's your question. Pretty sure you need to rename the show to Cases of Incompetent Law Enforcement. So many cases of no fucks given. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the bread and butter of the show, people being like very, very bad at their jobs.
Yeah.
Or not caring enough to be good at their jobs.
It almost seems like they're actively hindering these things, though.
Yeah, I mean, in some cases it does seem like gross negligence, but in other cases it does seem like someone who's just kind of a dum-dum.
Boxes of evidence just lying around. Now, to be fair, could I have done better?
Even you, as stupid as you are, you could have done it, I think.
Well, all right.
Let's go to Instagram. This is from @IsabelHotDog. Do you think it's possible that Justin Smart witnessed his father Marty breaking into the cabin and or murdering the family, but was scared of telling anyone or the police in fear of his life or the consequences that might follow? By the way, I'm also 80% leg, Shane. So you got another fellow small torsoed person.
Yeah. Like a human grasshopper. Here's what I'll say about the son maybe witnessing it.
If he woke up, that means the other two sharp boys woke up.
They're kids.
I could sleep through anything when I was a kid. I could sleep through an earthquake. I could sleep through my room being on fire. I probably would die.
Not after you read one of those Goosebumps books, though.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when I read the Goosebumps books, I had trouble sleeping.
Wake up crying.
That's true.
Next one from Facebook. This is from someone named Halo, which is a cool name. That's actually a cool name.
Holy shit.
In short, I think everyone in town had agreed on killing the family because they saw them as a disturbance to the peace. That's why no one cared to solve it and no one asked questions. P.S. Watched an old documentary about the murder that took people's opinions about the case. That's how I got the idea. So this is an interesting one. It's a sort of a Wicker Man situation where the whole town is like, great.
Yeah, there's a horrible thing happening and everyone's like, yeah, do it.
Yes, the soil is wet with blood.
I didn't get that vibe from this question. I thought it was more like, this is a quiet community. Granted, I was fucking terrified when I was there. As were you, by the way. I don't know if that showed in this episode. Which way do I go? Left. Shane was very scared of this place. Rightfully so,
I think it was the only place we've ever been where we felt like we were in actual danger because the community was still, like, I don't know who lives there currently. For all we know, it's a perfectly normal bunch of people.
Yeah, and they're just tired of looky-loos walking.
Yeah, they're tired of dipshits like us coming around being like, oh, this must be the place. I wonder if there's still any guts here. But you did get the vibe that you were being watched.
We didn't get the vibe we were being watched. We had a man in a pickup truck straight up drive up to us where we were shooting, stop, and just look out his window like this.
He did give us a look.
And he didn't say anything, he just did this.
Well, we don't take kindly to...
And then he turned his head back to the road and drove off.
Don't take kindly to interlopers, which we were. Boy, that elk though. There's an elk though. There's a deer over there.
There's the remains and rubble of one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of all time, and you're looking at the fucking deer in the forest.
You should have seen it.
Okay, let's go to Sam Bransbury. No more cliffhangers. I think he's referring to your stupid hot dog saga or your hot dogga. I agree, Sam.
This is like a funny thing that people do because I think they say like, no more cliffhangers.
No. There's
Does it
no
say
winky
wink
face.
after that?
No,
No,
it's
wink.
just.
I think there's a I don't know if it was that Instagram. I don't think the emojis show up in comments on Instagram. Sam, thanks for the wink.
No, he didn't wink.
I'll remind you all, you can go back, watch the tape. I was ready to end that thing at the crab joust.
No. Oh God, here comes the charge. Oh no! Next time on BuzzFeed Unsolved Postmortem.
It's not over! And Ryan stopped it and made it a cliffhanger. So he has set the tone.
That was one time. One cliffhanger is appropriate. It's a device used in many storytelling narratives.
I was ready to end it right there. Right there.
A cliffhanger is
frankly, I don't even know if we're gonna get to the end of it this season.
Okay, no, we are.
No.
Oh my God.
We'll see. We're having fun.
No, we're not.
We're having fun, huh?
Take the we out of that. Make that you.
What do we got
I'm having fun.
here?
That's
Here's
what you said.
from
I said
Emily Beck. Why does Ryan pronounce words so strangely? I know we've been over this, but she says, Greg seems to be Greg. I think Ryan is turning into the Fonz. You ever punch a jukebox, Ryan?
That's a reference that not a lot of people are going to get, by the way.
It's a Fonz reference.
I know.
Look, I'm not like a Happy Days guy. I don't watch
Just saying,
that show.
you think there's a lot of Happy Days fans? There's a lot of intersection between that community and ours?
Maybe. If you're a Happy Days fan and an Unsolved fan, chime off. Is that what they say?
Sound off.
Sound off? Chime in?
off.
Chime off, bro.
This comes from @short, someone who lives in a moderately small town, I know how much news and rumors travel and how everyone knows everyone. It's very likely that the people in Keddie know who did it, but they're not willing to go forward because they've known that person their whole lives, and they don't want to be that person in the community. There would also probably be a lot of, quote, but they were such a good person, end quote, or quote, they probably regret it, end quote. But yeah, the people of Keddie most definitely know. Newsflash, if you did this, you're not a good person.
They probably regret it.
I don't think they do.
I bet deep down, they're an all right person.
There's still good in him. I know there is.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, I could get the sentiment of this person saying, if you live in a small town, you don't want to ruffle feathers because you then may become dead.
You may yourself become the feathers that are ruffled.
Yeah, you'll be just dead. What the? This one's from @Andromeda's Child. What's your guy's favorite ghost/horror movie? I need some movies. Halloween.
The Thing.
The others.
Poltergeist, obviously.
Yeah.
Wreck.
Wreck is really good. Get Out's good. It Follows.
Blair Witch Project.
Jaws. Psycho.
Don't Look Now.
Phantasm. Last House on the Left. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Scream.
There's a lot of good movies out there.
We just listed a lot of them.
Moving on. Last question, and the last question is a goodie.
Oh shit!
Let's move over to Horsley Corner.
Horsley Corner. Is that I guess it should be more scary. Horsley Corner.
@Holly Horsley, here we go.
The latest crime thriller by Detective Horsley. Marty, gripping the knife as an extension of his hand, embraced the endless, surging power whilst piercing his neighbor's chest, deeper and deeper. He felt the knife plunge through the body and hit the floor, bending under the pressure. Her blood stopped pumping and was reduced to a stagnant flow. Panting, he rose to look at the chaos that had Panting, he rose to look at the chaos that had manifested. There now lay 3 bodies, lifeless and semi-drained, scattered throughout the room. Bo remained in the corner, dismayed at the sight of his friend's violence. Marty stood there staring at Sue's body, the blockade between him and his next high. His trembling hand grappled for the stash she had hid from him. It had been over a day since his last injection, and his ravenous desire was peaking. Recalling the anguish of being tricked into taking his first shot when 17, he mourned for the man he once was. He motioned to Bo to leave until the smallest chirr from under a mattress pricked his ear. He turned to eye the cowering 12-year-old under the bed, aghast from the horrors. Her arms wrapped around herself, clutching at her body. Her arms a fabricated barrier of safety. His grip on the knife tightened. This is compelling and rich.
So this is all over drugs?
No. Recalling the
tricked.
anguish of being tricked into taking his first shot when he was 17. He got...
How do you...
See? You see, it happens. This is proof.
How do you get tricked into taking a shot?
People trick you.
They're like, what are they like? Oh, take the syringe. Just plunge it into your skin.
No, they probably just like...
It's vitamins.
Gotcha. Then you're hooked for life, and this is what happens.
Because vitamin shots are so popular.
I'm not going to murder anyone, but I could see if someone tricked me into doing heroin.
No one could trick you.
Yes, they can.
Into putting a syringe into your arm.
It's not even necessarily a trick. You could just be out on a walk.
That's not okay. Then that's
you
not
see
a
an
trick.
old woman like pushing a little carriage, and you're like, oh, let me see that baby. You lean in there. It's a little guy, and then he puts heroin.
Are you pointing back to a premise from an Austin Powers movie where Mini-Me is in a little carriage and then hits someone with a poison dart?
Maybe. Maybe. What a round of questions. Ryan, we've got the finale coming up.
Yeah, season finale, and it's one you guys have been asking for a while. This one is,
It's gonna blow your mind.
Jesus Christ, you cannot say that.
Why can't I say that?
You can't say that. That does it for this episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved Postmortem. Make sure you watch the next episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved this Friday, and then send your questions in to the BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page and the BuzzFeed Unsolved Instagram page. And the moment some of you have been waiting for, most of you have been dreading, let's continue to see what goes on with the hot dog.
All right, now that we've gotten the appetizer out of the way, let's move on to the main course here.
Just a healthy serving of appetizers.
I'm not gonna trick you this week and say that we're starting with the joust and do some flashback.
He's gonna flash.
do that.
He's gonna do it.
Here we go. Music. An old warehouse, somewhere on the outskirts of a decaying city. Among the tangled mess of tech, a scientist, Dr. Lisa Bratwurst, sits crumpled on the floor, clinging a bottle. Whatever work had been going on here has clearly come to a grinding halt. Dr. Bratwurst is a character so richly drawn that even I, the narrator, and the person sitting next to me, Ryan Bergara, are electrified. My funding, my precious funding, it's all over now. I suppose I'll let myself rot. Maybe let a raccoon eat me. Her eyelids are heavy now. She begins to dream of the machine, her life's work. How it could have changed the world if she just had a little more support, a little more time. Hup, hup, hup. A knock at the door. Enter a hot dog, weathered. This hot dog has been places, seen things, but what? Dr. Bratwurst. Who are you? Dr. Bratwurst, I'm in urgent need of your services. My services? Yes, the machine. Haven't you read? The government, which is now run by witches, shut me down, pulled the plug on funding. And what a shame. I was so close, so close. If only I'd obtained the... Quantum relish? What did you say? I said quantum relish. That's a good hashtag. Doctor, there's nothing stopping you now. I have what you need. It wasn't easy to get, but like my dear old dad used to say, there's no free condiments in life. Most condiments are free, actually. How dare you? And please, respect my father. May he rest in peace. This talk of your father seems very shoehorned into this conversation, so let's move past it and get to the business of starting up this mysterious machine.
How long is this one?
Shut up. Shut up. Jean, my French fry assistant, are you still here?
Oh, you betcha, Dr. Brat.
Jean is great, a character on a par with Elizabeth Bennet or Pumbaa from The Lion King. I agree. Add this guy's face to Mount Rushmore already.
Who, me? I'm just a little old French fry.
Jean, the time has come, at last, to test the machine. We finally have the missing piece of the puzzle and a willing participant in our friend here. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I didn't catch your name. Terminator 2 music plays, or something similar that we can afford the rights to. As the machine lumbers to life, its mechanical groans reaching a deafening roar, a dazzling electric field encircles the hot dog. My name is Brandon, and I've got a joust to stop. Zap! Yikes. It was the future.